Hello there, this is Alana Tucky. In this video, I'm going to get in depth into the discussion board posts for our online course. So first of all, let's see. So here we are in one of our many online courses. And if you scroll around, I'm going to close that menu down. You can see somewhere on there, it's going to be discussions. So you click on discussions and there are lots of discussions. So up at the top, I have general course discussion questions. So that's week one. Another week one is getting to know each other. Another week one is chapter 2 questions that you might have. That's content questions. Another week one I have is a mandatory question and then a just for fun board. So every week I have about 5 different boards that you can write on. So wherever you want to write is fine with me. Now let's suppose you want to post in here. So you have a question about the course overall. That's what this first bit is about. So you would go down to the bottom and then you'd be able to respond. See? So you could respond and say, question regarding, I don't know, the calculator. And then you could go down here and say, do I really need to buy a TI-84 calculator? I want to use an abacus. Oh, I just cracked myself up. All right, then you click post response, and there you have it. And it's there. And then another student could come along and respond, or I could respond, or you could respond, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can respond to me up here, that's this little respond right here, or you can respond to other students, that's this respond down here. Now, when you respond, you can actually post things like, so yes, you do, here's the video where she talks about it. And then you could click on this guy right here and then insert a link. And you can say here or click here for the video. And then I'd have to go post a video. Let me go to my YouTube channel and find one that's related to this. Let's see, videos. Actually, I should have gone playlists. And then TI-84 tutorials, that's us. So here we go. I'll post this one. Actually, I'll post the whole thing. I'll do the whole playlist. Why not? So, oops, I have to go back to that window. It's down here somewhere. There it is. And I'll just paste in that link and then click add link and wait. And there it is. And it shows up. And so if I click on it, actually it won't work while I'm in here, but then, oh, and I could also add, you can add files, like if you have a picture or a document you want to submit, you can do that. All sorts of things. If you want to type an equation, you can use this little guy and you can start dealing with, create new equations, and you can create equations in here. It's kind of annoying, but it can be done. So there's lots of different things in here. Honestly, for us in statistics, we spend the most of our time responding to each other in text and then sharing links to videos and other things. Another good one to know is this guy right here, which is embedding the media. So you can add the video here. That's another way you can do it. So I can put that tutu right there. Oops, the URL is not driving. I must have done something wrong. Here, let me click on this video. There we go. And then I can go here and see add. There we go. That would put the video right in there in that discussion board. Sorry, couldn't get my brain to work there for a second. And then, or what if I wanted to add a picture? So I could add an image, I could embed the image. I mean, I can do all sorts of things, but image is another good one. So let me go grab one. So one of my favorite places to go is GraphJam. It's actually one of the things you have to do in one of your discussion boards if you choose to. So I can see there's this image right here. So if I right click on it, I can copy image URL. See that right there? So I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to go back to the discussion board and I'm going to paste. Right click and paste. And I'm going to say I want an original size. I don't need a description, but if I wanted one, this was music lyrics. And then click add. And you can see right there is that. So when I post it, there it is, and everybody can see it right there. Nice, huh? Really easy to do. And actually, that's something you are going to do a lot in this course. You're going to go to websites and find things and then copy and bring them back. So then let me think if there's anything else in there that you need. So just keep in mind you're constantly searching at the bottom of this thing because all the boards are up at the top and you keep scrolling to the bottom to find everything. So that's how to add, insert a link and how to insert media, which are both really useful to have. And then pretty much the rest of it is just like you'd think. If you want a larger font, you can just highlight it and then go over here and click make it font size 4. You can make it bold, things like that. If you want to insert a table, that's right here. So you can insert a table. It's not going to be great. Tables inside a format like this are difficult at the best of times, but you can fiddle around with the properties. You can say, okay, I want the height to be this, and I want the width to be this, and cell properties and table design, and it's tedious at the best of times, but you're welcome to fiddle around with this if you so desire. So you can make a table that looks like that. So you can type in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay. And again, there's more in there if you want to add. See, add. I want to delete a row. Oops. And then I want to add a column to the left and things like that. So you can fiddle in here and say, okay, add a column to the left, add a row beneath. You can do things like that. It's just a little bit tedious. One other thing to notice is that you cannot delete your posts. So if your posts are terrible or something, you have no choice. You're going to have to live with them. I have options, but you do not. So I'm going to make these posts, for example, disappear as if they were never there, but you do not have that option. So be careful, of course, as always, with what you say, right? We want to make sure that we are treating each other respectfully. We're always being excellent to each other, as Bill and Ted would say on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is a very old movie from, I think, the 80s. And always want to follow your core rules and etiquette. Be human, be nice to each other, everybody treat each other with respect and share knowledge. All right, so there's that for discussion boards. Now, the only thing I want to talk about is the mandatory ones. Oh, and the just for fun. So in the beginning, I have this general course questions. That's for like the entire course, how the course runs, et cetera, et cetera. And then I have chapter 2 questions, and those are questions relating to chapter 2 because that's the content you're studying in week 1. Then in week 2, you can see I start off with chapter 3 questions. So that would be, I say chapter 3 questions, but it's anything you want to ask that's pertaining to the content that week, and so on and so on and so on. So every week there's new content. The only weeks you do not have to post are down here, week 7 and 8. I'm going to fiddle with the numbers here, but these weeks you don't have to bother. That's the week of the midterm. So you don't have to post on that if you do not desire to. Same thing with the final exam week. That I just put the boards up there in case people want to ask questions, but they are not mandatory. You can tell what's mandatory because of the points here. So you can see week 3 is mandatory because it's worth 10 points. Week 4 is mandatory because it's worth 8 points, and so on. Week 7 and 8, no mandatoriness because it's not worth any points. So that's how you can tell if a discussion board is mandatory. Another thing to keep in mind is that the just for fun boards are, quite frankly, a lot of fun. I post cartoons, this one's the Raft Jam, right? And one post on that can count. You can't post all 5 of your posts or all 4 of your posts for the week onto the just for fun board. You have to respond and post elsewhere. Also, both responses and original posts count for most things. So you can be replying to others, you could be posting your own questions, etc. Just for fun only will count 1 time though. So you can post in just for fun 20 times if you so desire, but only 1 of those will count. You have to post 4 times during the week. You cannot post all at once, you cannot post all on the same day. It has to be over the course of the week. And then some weeks there are mandatory posts, which are right here. So it says you have to do this. This is mandatory. So you have to read these instructions and you have to go do what it's saying. So you're going to go to this blog and you are going to search and search and search for a graphic that nobody else has. And I've just shown you how to insert that graphic. Isn't that nice of me? And that's how you will do that. All right, so let's go back to the syllabus, make sure we've covered everything. It's a couple a couple different themes to the discussion board. One is to post questions on content. What am I doing? How does this work? What's up with the calculator, stuff like that. And then also to expand your horizons, which is the Just for Fun boards and the, I saw, or I don't know if you saw, but like Florence Nightingale, what does she contribute to statistics and probability, this, that, and the other, right? So I'm trying to get you to see that computer science component as well as the psychology component, because this is a psychology course. A lot of that comes in as you look at the real life applications of statistics. So there's two main types of things. You must post at least 4 times over the course of the week. They can be replies to others, but they cannot be all on the same day. They cannot all be on the same, or they cannot all be on the due date as well, right? That is bad. No late assignments of any kind will be allowed. The whole point of this is for you guys to be having a discussion like you would in a classroom. So it doesn't have any purpose to do it late. So you must do them. Only one will count in the Just for Fun area. Sometimes there are specific mandatory questions. Those are worth a little bit more points. So pay attention to those and go do what it tells you to do. Trivial posts, which are things like, I totally agree with like everything you said. That's meaningless, right? So be prepared for those to possibly not receive credit. You want to post thoughtful responses. You want to ask questions. You want to offer reflections on a TED Talk, etc. But don't just say, yeah, man, that's right. That's not going to be worth anything. So you can be graded for both quantity and quality because you have to post 4 times during the week, but also you have to post in an intelligent fashion. It is not appropriate to post answers to projects and other assignments on the discussion board, right? Hints and ideas are welcome. You know, oh, I tried this, or I tried that, or yeah, that one was giving me grief too, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. But don't say, this is how you do it. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. And here are my answers. That is not appropriate. The board is for learning and active discussion. And like I said before, always be good to each other, right? Do not start writing nasty things to me or to other people, right? That's not an appropriate place. If you have issues with certain things, that's probably a more private discussion that should take place over email, unless it's a broad discussion of, hey, I don't understand this. That's fabulous. That's wonderful. That's what we're here for. It's about commenting and questioning what's going on. It's not about criticizing, right? And we want to be respectful of not only the instructor and ourselves, but also our fellow students, and everybody putting time in to try to participate in the course, which is what the discussion board is about. All right, so there's all about the discussion board. I think we're all set there. I'll see you back here to talk about MyMathLab homework in another video. See you then. Oh, and if you have questions about this, then feel free to post those questions on the discussion board. Get it? I know, I'm terrible.